Good morning, good morning, good morning from Stormy's World. I have a lot to tell you guys. I have been to several doctors this week. Um, they're going to try to get me back on my treatments for my lupus. I go to see the rheumatologist on the 29th, and in between then and now, I go back for my cervical injection that I got last week on Wednesday. Um, Considering that I got that, I have to tell you guys that I think that my doctor was just extremely wonderful. He walked me through the procedure with everything he was doing, so I stayed calm. And of course, I said my prayer to Jehovah, asking him to please keep me calm and keep me, relaxed so that the doctor could do his procedure without any complications. So I am so thankful that I got through that. Here I am a week out. My fingers are not hurting on the fingertips like they were before. My hands aren't going numb. I haven't dropped anything this week. My shoulders, right in here, where he did the procedure at, have not been as tight and tense as they were before. I can actually turn my neck full range, and I'm so glad for that because I couldn't do that before. I can also touch my chin to my chest, and I can also do full range up. So he did a miraculous job doing that epidural in my spine. And it was an epidural on my C-spine, C6 and C7. So we go back to see him, I want to say on the 23rd. I go to see him for the follow-up for that procedure. And then from there we go to do another one. And I'm not for sure which C-spine he's going to work on next. But hopefully that will eliminate that problem with my hands so that I don't have that problem anymore. I'm so thankful for that. On the 29th, I go to see the rheumatologist after a big, long procedure since March and April. I had an appointment with this doctor before, and he called to tell me just a couple of days before that they didn't accept my insurance network. And so I've been battling because my other rheumatologist that I've had for 20 years was being kicked off of the network in July on the 21st. So they got it approved for me to get my Saphnelo infusion, which is the newest treatment on the market for lupus. And it's the first one in over a decade. Benlysta was the first one in 50 years. So this is a wonderful drug that I was very fortunate enough to take for 4 years during the trial studies. And it works. At the end of my 4th year, I was not on any medication at all for pain, and my lupus was almost in complete remission. So I really was looking forward to getting this medication this year. And my old doctor gave me 3 infusions, one in May, June, and July. The infusionist at his suite told me that I could get another infusion suite and they would call over the orders. And that's not true because I found another infusion suite and my doctor's refusing to send it over. So I have to start all over from new, which is okay. Because after a whole day of staying on the telephone on the 10th of this week, no, not the 10th, what was it? The 17th when I went to the doctor. On the 17th, I stayed on the phone with the insurance company, with the rheumatologist's office, and then I ended up calling the infusion suite and asking them, you guys said that you could receive outside doctor's orders, but now my outside doctor is refusing to call over the order. So what can we do about it? And this nice little girl in the infusion suite took about 45 minutes, and she called me back and had my appointment already set up for me to go in and see the same rheumatologist that told me back in May that he couldn't see me because he was no longer accepting that insurance. So I'm very grateful to both Jehovah and this little girl, because they finally have me going back in to get the new doctors that are on network to set up my Sapinello infusions. So I'm grateful. The doctor I went to go see on the this Wednesday was the cardiologist. I went in to see the cardiologist. And he told me that my EKG was good, but he wants to do a couple more tests just to make sure. He's wanting to check for a mitral valve prolapse and see how bad it might be. So I've been aware with that and with the treatment for that. So I'm looking forward to finding out what the scans tell him. So I go back on the 2nd and the 7th to see him for those tests. And other than that, guys, I'm doing pretty good. The pain management is helping. I went to go see the sleep doctor about a sleep test, and he told me that why I wasn't on the medication for restless leg syndrome. And I told him I really didn't know, but he put me on one. So thankfully, since I saw him on, and that one was the one on the 10th. Since I saw him on the 10th, and I got this medication for the restless leg syndrome, I'm actually sleeping at night. So I appreciate that. This week, I posted a video of a little hummingbird in my yard in the rain. And today it's raining like that, so I'm out in the yard on the deck waiting to see if he comes back, because it's raining about as lightly as it was the other day when I taped. So I'm going to turn this around and show you guys a little bit of my rain in my yard. My pretty flowers, my lilies, they're so tall. See the lilies around my weeping willow? They're so tall. And then I have the stevia all around my deck that the hummingbirds like. The one with the little red feathery flowers. And that's where I caught the hummingbird the other day. So I'm just giving you guys an update. We're going to try to finish the rest of this cedar fencing for my garden this fall when it's a little bit cooler. It's been way too hot to get out here and work in the sun every day. So we are enjoying a much cooler day today. Texas has actually been in a very large deficit for our rain. We're over 1.5 feet in deficit still. So we definitely need the rain that's coming this week and next week. And we appreciate that because that helps our plants grow. It keeps us a little bit cooler. And actually it's going to be nice, I think, to have much cooler weather for a couple of days. We're fixing to be in fall. School started back this week, so the kids are all back in school. And I've been busy notarizing letters for the school district for everybody to have their kids enrolled in school. So I've been pretty busy this week, and so that's why I'm waiting until today to go on ahead and do this video. I'm hoping that today I'll be able to go in my office and sit in my office and work a little bit longer. I tried to wait until my follow-up because my doctor told me not to sit in the office too long working on my computer at one time. So I tried to listen to him until I go see him next week, but I've got to do what I got to do. I have work I have to finish up. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video today, and I'll be back with some crafting pretty soon when I get my office organized for my desk for my crafts. And I will see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Thanks from Stormy's World.